Hi Libra, welcome to Magpie Moonchild. My name is Kayleigh. This is your general Tarotscope for the week ahead for your sign. Thank you so much for joining me today. As always, the housekeeping is down below. If you want to know about your birth chart, how to book a personal reading, if you vibe with my energy and would like one, how to find me on social media, the decks that I'm using and all that jazz. It's all down below, along with the subscription button if you feel so inclined. So let's see what we have for Libra for the week ahead. What do we have for Libra? We have, okay, the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is the grief card. It is the heartbreak card. I don't read what people want to hear. I read what they need to hear. And this isn't to imply that any new heartbreak necessarily is coming in this week. Or something that would involve grief. It's not that. It's about acknowledging grief. It's about acknowledging past trauma. It's about acknowledging past hurt. Things that we probably have hidden away into what we call our shadow. And sometimes think shadow is the dark and evil side. And in some ways, yeah, but generally it's not. It's all those parts, those negative emotions we kind of don't want to deal with, or those experiences where we had a negative reaction, and so we put them into our shadow because we don't want to show those parts to society because were rejected for them before. So everything that we don't want to project and show to the world is put into our shadow. And grief is a major and heartbreak and sorrow and all those trauma-related emotional experiences tend to be put into our shadow because we don't want to see them. We don't want to expose ourselves to them. We don't want to deal with those negative aspects of life anymore. So what this card is about acknowledging the pain. It's about acknowledging the heartbreak, the effect that it's had on you, and allowing yourself to lean into those emotions in order to process them, to let them flow, to witness them, to process them and begin healing. Because although sometimes we never truly get over grief, especially if it is to do with the loss of a loved one or something that was truly precious to us, that grief, that lost future that we no longer have, we don't have an avenue to channel that love into anymore. And it's not necessarily about removing that grief and removing everything, but it's about processing it and integrating it within your life in order so that you can start to build your life back up with that as a part of it in a way that is healthy, rather than in a way that it keeps creeping up on you and growing. When we don't acknowledge it, it gets more scary, it gets more overwhelming, it comes in bigger waves. So it's about ensuring that you are processing these negative emotions this week so that you can move forward without some scary monster on your back that just keeps poking its head up and overwhelming you every once in a while. And it may be that these waves are coming more and more often. And I would always say, when it comes to processing grief and negative emotions, if you feel like that is truly going to be overwhelming, or even if you feel it's appropriate or you just want some support while you're doing it, absolutely get the relevant professional help and support that you need for it, whether it's a grief charity, a grief counsellor, a mental health psychotherapist or a counsellor. Whatever it is you require, go and see your doctor. If this is so overwhelming that it's causing anxiety or depression, then you need to go and get the relevant support that's in place, whether that is medication or some sort of talking therapy or behavioral therapy. Whatever it is that is this painful, it needs to be addressed and it needs to be healed. Some people feel that it's a weakness in order to have medication when we are struggling with our mental or emotional health. You would not diminish anybody who needed if they had a kidney that wasn't in a healthy state. You absolutely would not begrudge them or make them feel shameful for having kidney medicine. Or if somebody had a broken leg, you would not begrudge them pain relief. So do not feel that there is any shame or stigma. There should be no shame or stigma attached to what is already a painful, emotionally and mentally painful situation. If you require medication, even temporarily or even permanently, in order to be in a healthy place, then you need to take that medication. Because if it was a physical ailment, which it is, it's to do with our brain, which is an organ, but because it's an emotional or mental ailment, some people feel that they shouldn't be, that there is shame and things to be embarrassed about requiring medication. So no, if you require support or therapy in any way, we wouldn't begrudge physiotherapy, so why would we begrudge psychotherapy? So absolutely make sure you're getting the relevant support if it is acutely painful, and even if it's not acutely painful, get the help and support so you have tools in place before it does become acutely painful. This is about processing heartbreak and trauma and past negative feelings and attachments and things that have happened to us that have had an effect that we need to process, to lean into, to process. I hope that is of some use to you this week, Libra. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you again soon. Bye for now.